Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the U.S. Olympic Team Trials Table Tennis in West Monroe, Louisiana. And we have joined this first game where Ludovic Gomos is tied up 3-all with Armand Dalmi. Great to have all of you here with us today. My name is Jimmy Butler. I'm a two-time U.S. Olympian and four-time U.S. singles champion. And here we go, Gomos to serve. And that is an interesting serve. Reminds me of one of the U.S. greats, Danny Seemiller. Watch the serve right here. That's exactly how Danny Seemiller used to serve it, and his brother Ricky Seemiller and another brother, Randy Seemiller. So I haven't seen that serve since the Danny Seemiller days. That's a throwback serve out there. Love to see that. There it is again. Danny Seemiller, one of the greatest Americans to ever play the game in our country. Was top 30 in the world. And was also left-handed, just like Gomos. Oh, what a serve by Dalmi. Caught Gomos sleeping. Didn't even react to it. Watch this nice little touch received by Gomos. Just puts the ball over the table, kept it low to the net. Didn't put much pace on it. And that was enough to win that point. Here's the best rally of the game so far. Watch this right here. And that was a fault called by the umpire there. I don't know what he did, but that ball caught the edge. So just like that, watch this ball right here catch the edge right there. Gomos wishes he could have that one back because this is an easy opening. He went for too much right there. Did not need to go that hard. Just back off, put it on the table. You probably win the point outright. There's a nice serve. Watch this side top serve, short. Dalmi thought that had more underspin than it actually had, so he lifted that ball off the end of the table. Now that was an interesting point. That ball came off the finger of Gomos right here. Watch this. Okay, that hit his finger. That's why that ball was so odd and the trajectory was so weird. Oh, that was a beautiful serve and follow. What makes a good deep serve in table tennis? You want it to be low, you want it to be fast, and you want the ball to bounce on your opponent's inline, or as closest to the white line as you can get it. That deep serve by Dalmi had all three good qualities. And Gomos wins the first game, 11-8. For those of you just joining us, welcome to the U.S. Olympic Team Trials Table Tennis in West Monroe, Louisiana. My name is Jimmy Butler. I'm a two-time U.S. Olympian and four-time U.S. champion. And let's watch a few of those points that last game here on replay. There was a miss there by Gomos. And there was that ball that clipped the edge. And there's that ball where he went for too much. Just backs off there, he makes it. And there's the side top serve getting Dalmi to miss that off the end. And that ball hit the net. And there's that finger ball right there. Came off his finger instead of his paddle. So it had all kinds of weird stuff on it. Today's the first day of this event. We will be here the next 3 days, bringing you Olympic Team Trials action. This is the preliminary round robin group play. On day one, we have a number of different round robin groups out there. This one right here, we have 4 people in the group, 2 come out. Top 4 players are seeded out and will play tomorrow. Players like U.S. number 1 and formerly world ranked number 18, Kanak Ja. We will see him in action tomorrow. But today, these players you're seeing right out here now are trying to win for the opportunity to meet people like Kanak Ja tomorrow in the tournament. Nice point there. Watch the short technique and backswing of Gomos. I really like his technique. He's able to generate a lot of speed and spin with a very small motion. That's what the great players are doing in today's game. Players that have the shortest technique that can create the most speed and spin have the advantage in today's game. And some people might be asking, well, why is that? And the reason is, if my stroke is twice as quick as your stroke, who's going to be quicker after we hit the ball to each other? The answer is, I'm going to be quicker if it takes me 50% less time to do my stroke than you. So a lot of times we think about quickness with our legs. We think about quickness with how hard we swing our racket once we make contact. But how short your technique is going to dictate a lot how quick you are out there and how much time you have in between each shot. And a nice rally by both athletes as Gomos wins that point wide to the forehand, coming up right there. Look at that nice swing by Gomos. Has almost no backswing. Very short stroke. Watch the technique of Gomos. Watch this. See, almost no backswing and just a little follow through. Those are the kind of techniques that win in today's game. And that's a good example of how to do it right there. far as level out there, Dalmi rated 22-23 and Gomos rated 23-45. So we have about 130-point difference in level. Those are USATT ratings that I'm talking about. For those of you that are members of USA Table Tennis, you'll know exactly what I mean. And for those of you watching and haven't heard of that rating system, we have computer ratings. And you can go up or down in computer rating according to who you beat. So let's say I'm 2200 and you're 2200. And if I beat you, the way our system works, I'll gain 20 points and you might lose 20. It works something like that. Maybe it'll be 15 points one way or the other. And so that's how it works. So we all have computer ratings. And so you can always ask someone, what's your rating? Which is what we all do. And then it helps us understand exactly what your level is. So once you have a computer rating, then all of us rating people out there know exactly what your level is, or at least pretty close to what your level is. So when you have a 130-point difference, which you see here, that's definitely an advantage to Gomos, but yet both these players are right in range within beating each other. So Gomos isn't a huge favorite, but he's still a pretty good favorite when you're ahead by 130 points in our ranking system. And that's exactly how this match is going, as Gomos leads 1-0 and 8-5. And the reason we see a break now is Dalmi's corner took a timeout. You get one timeout per match. That timeout lasts for 1 minute. And so Dalmi's corner took a timeout, and they're talking about things, trying to stop Gomos from continuing to lead this game and trying to figure out a way to win this second game. This match is best of 5. And now both athletes are back to the table, ready to continue this game. And a nice point by Dalmi coming out of that timeout. Let's watch some funny stuff going on here, and then a nice hook loop to finish that point off. So a lot of creativity that point. And now Gomos with another game point. Dalmi down 2 points, but has the serve, still hanging around this game. Oh, and a nice finish by Gomos to win the second game, 11-8. Now we look at some of the replays of that last game, and there's that nice loop there by Dalmi. And what a beautiful finish we just watched again there to win that second game by Gomos. Turns his waist really well, and he's looping his forehand. So when we talk about having short technique, one of the most important things is to make sure your arm and your wrist are explosive but short. You don't want to lengthen your arm or take too big of a wrist stroke, so you get the power and speed mostly from your legs and body. So you can really see Gomos in the slow motion. Watch how he turns his body. He has almost no backswing, but he uses his body to accelerate and create speed and to help spin as well. Ooh. Nice step around there. Let's watch that again. Quick feet, nice step around down the line. Gomos was not expecting it there. He was parked and waiting on his backhand side or middle. Wasn't expecting it to the forehand. And there's a nice receive by Dalmi there. Took that ball off the bounce. We like to say he jammed the server, meaning he didn't let the ball bounce, took it quick. Gave the server no time to react. And Dalmi off to a nice start this game. That serve fooled Gomos. Had more underspin than Gomos was expecting, and that's why he missed it in the net. And just like that, things can change so fast in table tennis. Dalmi had a nice lead there, and it's just Dalmi happy to get on the board and stop the bleeding and win that point there. Now trails 8-6. There's the Danny Seemiller serve. We're back in the 1980s, and he wins the point outright. And another one. And Dalmi has never seen a serve like that in his life, I can promise you, because I haven't seen it since the 1980s. fun to watch Gomos. He's coming out with all kinds of creative stuff, and he wins the game and the match 3-0. So ladies and gentlemen, if you're just joining us, welcome to the U.S. Olympic Team Trials Table Tennis in West Monroe, Louisiana, as we watch replays of that last game here. There's that nice technique of Gomos, short stroke. And there's the Danny Seemiller serve right there. So our next match will be coming up in just a couple minutes. All matches are played consecutively right after the previous round finishes. So that means even though we do have a time schedule, when one match finishes, we go to the next match immediately, no matter what time it is. And that match was super fast. So according to the schedule, we're going to be early on this next round. And so far today, we've been ahead of schedule. These matches have gone very quickly.
In a minute. Let's put it on the table for a little table. Put it on the table.
No, I have put this.
And we are off to the races in the second match at the U.S. Olympic Team Trials in West Monroe, Louisiana. Nishant Labaka against Tony Nguyen. And let's talk USATT rating. Labaka, 2499. Let's call him 2500. Nguyen, 1271, 1271. What does that mean? That means that's an incredible rating difference. Let's test my math skills. 2500 minus 1271. So we're looking at about 1229. 1229, 1,229 point difference in rating. So at the U.S. Olympic Trials, we are one of the unique sports that allows anyone to enter the U.S. Olympic Trials. There is not a qualification to get to this point. This is the qualification for the Olympics. So anyone can enter. I'm going to repeat that. Anyone can enter. And so for some people out here, this is a wonderful opportunity to enter and to be able to tell their friends and family that they played in the U.S. Olympic Team Trials, and to go out there and play against potential Olympians like Labaka, and to experience it, and to be out on the court, and to get your serve dissected by these umpires, which is what happened to Nguyen earlier in his match. They were telling Nguyen so many things wrong about his serve, he started missing his own serve. And those are the pressures you experience out there. These umpires will dissect you and make sure you are following the rules to a T. the first game quickly goes to Nishant Labaka. So let's talk about potential upsets. Do upsets ever happen when a 1,200 player is playing a 2,500 player? The answer is no. They never happen. I've never seen one. So, Wynn could make history if he could somehow figure out how to win this match. But that's an incredible level difference. Generally, if a player is 300 or 400 points lower than you, you're almost never going to lose to them. When you start talking 1,000 and 1,200 points, it doesn't happen. So if you're Wynn, you're trying to see how many points you can get. That's the milestone you're after. How many points can you score on Nishant Labaka? That's what Wynn is here to find out. Oh, what a receiving backhand. That was WTT level. Watch this. Boom. That was unbelievable. And he went for another one, and why not? There was another great receive by Wynn. Watch this. Lines it up and just rips it. Now the follow wasn't there. I don't think he expected that ball to come back. But hey, that receive was so good we should almost give him the point. So for all of you watching out there that might be around the 1,200 level, like Wynn is, this match is for you. You can kind of see how a player of Wynn's level matches up against a 2,500 player like Labaka. And game 2 goes to Labaka. And for those of you just joining us, welcome to the U.S. Olympic Team Trials Table Tennis as we watch a few replays from that last game. My name is Jimmy Butler. I'm a 2-time U.S. Olympian and 4-time U.S. singles champion. I was a member of the 1992 and 1996 Olympic team. The last U.S. singles title I won was in 2014. So I have played these Olympic trials more than once, and I am honored to be here today with you watching this one in 2024. there was a nice opening loop here by Wynn. Watch this. Goes to the middle. Nice opening. And Labaka will win the game 11-5 and the match 3-0. And for Wynn, that was the most points he got this match. He made it to 5 that third game and had a lot of fun while doing it. And let's watch a couple replays of that last game. And there's that nice forehand opening by Wynn.